I'm feeling really excited because I have with us Betty Jobando. Betty Jobando, you're welcome to the segment. How's it
Thank
going?
you. Thank you so much.
All right, so today's topic is on and this other segment is Kenya's government. We're looking at matters arising in Kenya. Today on the International Tidbit, it gives me great pleasure to bring to your platform the presence of one of Africa's most sought after personnel, Betty Jobando. Betty is a Kenyan worship leader and music tutor, recording gospel artist, PK, sociologist, and armed conflict peace studies graduate, journalist, actress, and event planner. Betty, you seem to have a whole lot on the table. How do you do all of that?
Well, thank you for having me on your show. It's a pleasure. It's all by the grace of God.
It's exciting to know to have you be into all of this, and then here you are, and it's exciting just so you know, she's happily married to a Nigerian. So just Nigerians, like, we are in charge. All right, so looking at so let's go straight to the topic, which is matters arising in Kenya. Now, as Senior One Kenya presidential candidate, Raila Odinga, has said the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission must use both manual and electronic to register during the August 9th presidential election. What do you think about this statement?
Well, good question. The Right Honorable Raila Odinga, he's a veteran in politics. He's actually one of the fathers of Kenyan politics, and he has ran not just once, not two times, but this is the fifth time that he's going to be on the ballot as a presidential candidate, and he has faced it all. So he knows the dynamics and he understands the dynamics of the Kenyan politics and during the electioneering period. So for him to call for that is just a matter of being cautious and to whatever he's asking the Electoral and Boundary Commission, which is the electoral body, is not too much, because the Constitution of Kenya, Chapter 7 of the Constitution of Kenya, stipulates very well on the matters election what is required of the political parties, what is required of the IEBC, and even the citizens and their rights during the voting process. You'll remember that in the year 2007, Raila Odinga was on the ballot with the late President Kibaki of the blessed memory, and we all remember where, if not for the grace of God, I don't know where our country would have been. And he also stood election 2013, and the recent one was 2017. And in 2017, suddenly the digital system failed. And so because of that, this time round, they are just trying to request, or rather ask, the IEBC, the Electoral Boundary Commission, to be very observant so that the challenges faced on the previous episodes will not repeat itself, so that there won't be any manipulation of the process, so everything will be free, transparent, and fair.
All right. So there was a video that went viral showing Yandaru residents rejecting relief food donated by the President Uhuru's government. Do you think the Odinga presidential race can make it at Kenya's presidential election? Looking at the rejection.
Well, it's not a big deal. It's expected during an electioneering period. Nyandarua County is one of the strongholds. Look at his manifesto, because he has some very great agendas on his manifesto, especially, food security and poverty eradication.
I just want to add just one part before we call it a round-off. You say it had the youth at heart, the food and all of that. How about the invasion of elephants and other dangerous animals in Kenya? Does it also have that in check?
Yeah, he is a great conservation person. You know, Kenya, we are big in lifestyle, livestock and wildlife. Actually, the Kenya Wildlife Act 2014 stipulates very well on the conservation of the wildlife and the management of the same. And you know, because Nairobi is actually, positioned in between the central Kenya and the Rift Valley, and that place is really porous with the wildlife. So sometimes it's not easy to contain the wild, especially in the night when especially during drought, they also want to come towards where there's rivers, and it's not easy to control it. But Kenya Wildlife Services is really trying.
Thank you.
Government is really trying, and if you get your statistics so well, tourists travel from all across the world to come to Kenya and just visit places like Masai Mara. They go to
So,
Matamu
Betty,
and
you happen to you are a real fan of Odinga. That's nice. Thank you so very much, Betty Jobando, for having you today on the show. And it has been Kenya's government talking about matters arising in Kenya. And Betty Jobando has done us justice to help us to know more about what's happening in Kenya. It has been an exciting day on today's edition of the International Deadbeat. I am Christopher Lucky, and let's go for a short break as we come back to round up the show. Just stay with us.